What do you like tonight, Chris? I mean, you come on the show, you got to give us something here.
Well, the other day you mentioned that I have a game, a preseason game, where you mentioned to your viewers that the line was a little bit off on the Packers and the Patriots. And on my podcast, if anybody listens in, on Monday, well, actually on Tuesday, I filmed it Monday night, or I did it Monday night, and on Tuesday I said the line would move by Thursday for the Packers game, because the line is off on the Packers, and it was 3 all week, and then today it actually jumped from 3. I think the current line right now is Packers. I think it's even. Do you have a current line on that?
Let me take a look here. Hang on. I've just been looking at some of the other games. I didn't look at that one because I think there's too many, I don't know, ifs, ands, or buts or whatever about it. But what do we got here? Green Bay. Now, the New England Patriots are -2 currently.
Okay, so it went up. It was down to 1. It was even, and I believe it was down even. I got a client that said he got it at even today. So I'm still saying Green Bay +2. I had it at +3, and I told my people to buy it up to +3.5. Not many people can buy the hook unless you're betting with 5 Dimes or bookmaker or online account. But I would say money line would be the play, and the Packers on the money line. What is it? +125, +130?
+125. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Packers. I think the Packers are going to win by at least 10 tonight.
Wow, Chris Barr. Wow.
This is a no-brainer.
Taking a step out, saying the Green Bay Packers are going to win by 10 tonight. Chris, I mean, I said to you, and maybe I'm off here, but I mean, obviously the Patriots, Tom Brady's not coming through the door tonight. We all know that. But I mean, you got to think. I mean, I don't know how much you watch of Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's not a bad. I mean, he's coming up. He's not bad. He's going to have something to prove tonight. The Super Bowl champs. The first time we're going to see them, even if it is preseason. I mean, it's still Bill Belichick. It's still the Patriots. It's preseason. I mean, how can you be so sure?
Okay, I understand, but I'm going for 3 days in a row, winning by at least 10 points or 10 runs the last 2 days. With my plays the last 2 days, so we're going for 10, and I think the Packers are going to put up at least 20. I'm thinking 38. Honestly, I'm thinking like 31, 34 to like 20. I mean, it's a good over if you guys can get the over too.
Wow. Chris, you're really taking a step out here. I got to say, I mean, I'm not sure how baseball winning by 10 runs translate to winning by 10 in football, but hey, listen, you're on fire, so I got to tell you, I mean, I respect it. It is what it is. I'll be rooting for you. I'm not on the game myself, but maybe now that you're on it, we might get on it because you've been on fire. Chris, I know you started the podcast. You're doing that.
So there you go. We're here on the wrap-up program. We're gonna call it the VIP Lounge. I think it's gonna be called the VIP Lounge. I still got a little bit more thinking, but anyways, you're gonna do this recap show tonight, and that was my day today. Very busy. I was actually that interview that I had with Big Man on Campus, Jeff. The reason I wasn't answering the phone. Is because I was actually on the phone with the Las Vegas Journal, an editor from the Las Vegas Journal, and they wanted to interview me about the Super Contest. And the guy called me one of the most controversial handicappers in Las Vegas. I don't know where he's getting all this stuff, but he says he wants to interview me in person, and he's gonna hit me with some heavy questions and all that. Probably about, he mentioned Jeff Locke, of course. Everybody wants to know about the Jeff Locke situation. I'm going to actually go into that sometime in the future. It's August 13th right now. So I'm thinking when I get some extra time on my hands, when I got about an hour to talk to everybody about it, I'm going to go over the whole situation, the whole story from beginning to end, from when me and Jeff Locke were 5 years old. No, I don't think I was 5 with him. I think I was like 7 years old all the way till like 11. And yeah, the story's true. We were best friends, We cried when I left. He cried, we cried. We were kids. And we were best friends, me and Jeff and Max, Nick. John, I can keep going. I still talk to most of these guys out back east, back in North Conway, New Hampshire. And actually, Jeff Locke doesn't talk to any of them anymore, and he just doesn't talk to nobody. I guess that's what I was told. These days, he don't talk to nobody. I don't blame him though. He's in the majors, so he's doing his thing, and he doesn't have time to talk to no people that he grew up with. So, and I know he's not going to talk to me after all that bullshit. So, that's all right. It's not a big deal. It's just so the Las Vegas Journal is what they call it. I told him no thanks, man. No offense. I'm not going to go and get questioned about stupid shit. So you're trying to get a story, and I've already been through all that, So good luck with that one. And I just want to recap the game tonight. As I said on Jeff's podcast, the big man on campus, Green Bay was going to win by 10 or more, and I was a little off on the score. I expected them to score a little bit more, but man, Hundley looked pretty good, didn't he? And I called that, didn't I? This is why I break down the rosters for you guys. I just know these guys, and Hundley versus that defense. I already, I looked over the defense for the Patriots, the second string defense, the third string. You can look at all that stuff, and there's just no namers, and Hundley. I have a deal where I have a deal where if they've played. Restricted call. I don't feel like answering that right now. So I have a deal where if they've played against other guys on opposite teams, I have a program that tells me, if they've played them in college or whatever, what college, it's a very slick program. I don't think anybody else out there knows exactly how to. There could be people out there, I don't know, but I have a program where I look for the preseason, and I just look over the rosters, and then I look at a few other things. And like I said, when I say I break down the rosters, I actually break down these rosters. We ended up losing the podcast free play. The Dolphins got blown out. It was 10-3, and then we're over here watching Green Bay whoop ass, and Baltimore go up. What was it? 14-0 quick, and Baltimore ended up winning. But the Dolphins were up 10-3, and then all of a sudden. You look and they got their ass kicked in the third quarter, so they lose 27-10. So it's our first loss on the free play podcast parlay, and I'm actually not going to be able to give you a free play tonight on this, but I will be doing a podcast tomorrow during the day. I'm considering doing a live broadcast. I've been told by like two people, don't do the live broadcast, but I've been told by like 25 people that they'd love to hear me on, and I think it would be fun. The only thing I'd be worried about is fucking up, I'm not used to doing this. I'm only 3 weeks in on this podcast. This is not even, it's pretty much live. I don't have any edit. I don't know how to edit anything. I don't know how to go back and rewind and all that stupid shit. I just talk, and it's a basic, it's actually an S5 phone is what I have. And I got the speaker studio, and I just press a button, and I just talk into my phone. And I'm not any professional at this podcast stuff, so that's what I do. I just wanted to talk about the game tonight because the Packers, it was so obvious that the line was so fucked up. I wish I would have just had more time today to advertise. I gave it all out to everybody. We texted out a ton of people, and I still got response. I still haven't got back to most of them. Mark's still on the video games. The guy, he lives on that stupid Call of Duty when he's not working or he's not doing. He's on those damn video games, which there's nothing wrong with video games. Like I said earlier. We got a restricted call coming in. I have no idea who this is, so we're gonna check it out. Hello. Hello? Yeah, some fuckhead calling me at 11. That's cool. Restricted. It's an every at least every half hour, I would say. I have to sleep with this phone on silent. Usually I sleep with this phone off. When it's time to go to sleep, I'm not getting fucking woken up for nobody. So all my phones are off, and it's on silent. And if any family needs to get a hold of us, they know who to. Fucking A. They know who to call. Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to talk? Are you nervous? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's probably that fucking idiot from the other night that went 1 and 2 on the podcast. He calls me every single night, and he tells me about how he wins all these games and he's undefeated and this and that. I'm not even going to give his name out because he's not even worth it. But if you guys heard the other day on the podcast, the guy, I finally got his picks. He's calling again. Yeah, it's definitely him. I got his picks finally, and I'll let him listen. I'm going to answer it so you can hear. So we get him on the podcast, and he goes 1-2. And then he calls me the next day and says they're not his real picks. And then he says, he calls me literally like 50 times a day. He's not worth. Oh, hello? Are you there? Yeah, he's not going to say that. He hung up. So he calls me restricted, like I don't know who it is. And, well, there you go. So I want to get back to the football game and go over a few things about the game tonight. So he's calling again. Hello? Hello? Yep. He's not going to say nothing. That's normal. There it is again. So you're not going to say anything? All right, so his name is Ant-Man, Antmann. I don't know. I think he thinks he's a fucking superhero or something. Because that's a movie that just came out. A guy that fucking gets as big as an ant and he thinks he's tough. That's this guy. All right, so here we go again. Yep. What are you, jacking off? What do you want? His name is Ant-Man, Antmann. Like I said, he thinks he's a fucking superhero. I don't think the guy's ever won a game in his life. He was 2-10, and then he gave us 1-2 on the podcast, and he bothers me like 50, 60 times a day. I just been hitting pause, and then every time he calls, I would just unpause it so you guys can hear how pathetic this guy is. You can find him on the Sports Betting Forum and on Facebook. If you go search Sports Betting Forum and you talk to a guy named Junior Brown, just ask Junior Brown about this guy. It's pretty sad. Pretty sad. He calls me 24 hours a day. No life. Watch, I'll hang up right now and he'll call again. So I'm just gonna press pause. If he wants to interrupt me, I have to keep this phone on though. I got other shit that I gotta take care of. I can't turn this phone off. So if he's gonna interrupt me, I'm actually waiting for someone to call in. So if he's gonna keep interrupting me, then I'm just gonna have to press pause. So I'm gonna press pause right now and see if the jack off keeps calling. Hopefully he stops. Okay, never mind. He didn't stop. I'm just going to ignore it. So, hopefully he stops. Ant-Man, can you stop calling? I'll give you my Friday winner tomorrow if you stop calling. Alright, so he's just going to be immature. So... Alright, so this is probably number 65 or 70 today. Yeah, what's up? So, my grandmother's actually in the hospital in Maine, on the border of North Common, New Hampshire, over in that area. And the only number that he's not my grandfather. My grandfather died a few years back. He's my step-grandfather. And the only number for him to get a hold of me on is this phone number, because this is the 800 number, and I can't get on there and change it. So the 800 number is connected to this phone only. It's the only number that they remember. My grandma's in critical condition right now, and this guy's really pissing me off. So actually, I might just press silent. I'll just have to check every 20 minutes. So I'm going to be done with this guy. He's a fucking loser. Like I said, his name is Ant-Man, like the movie. I guess there's a movie that just came out. I haven't seen it. I guess he named himself after an ant. I don't know. So he went 1-2 on the podcast. Everybody knows that. The guy's a fucking joke. So go talk to... actually, no, I'm not even going to say nothing else. Let's get back to football. Yep, there we go. He's calling again. I'm just going to keep hitting pause and unpause. I'm just going to wait for this guy to stop. But how embarrassing for him, huh? Calling about 50, 60 times today.
Yeah, I know.